All right. All right. Thank you very much. All right. We are good to go. Welcome, everybody. Good morning. And I'm going to welcome on Traci and she's going to do a little collective reading and talk about solstice energy. And I'm going to let Traci introduce herself and take it away.
Hi, everyone. I'm Traci Sanginiti from Inspired Chi. Thank you for popping on to join us at this time. I hope everybody's doing well this beautiful Sunday afternoon. I'm not going to waste a lot of time talking about me. I want to maximize our readings in here. I do a little bit of an interactive reading. You can head over to inspiredchiradio.com to see all of those things. We do them twice a month, but here's what we're going to do. I am going to do a reading for the collective for the summer solstice that's coming up and talk a little bit about those energies. And then I'm going to have you choose in the very beginning. I'm going to show you 3 cards, okay? And I want you to kind of connect with your guides, just kind of close your eyes, think about the things that you want to accomplish this summer season, or maybe some advice that you would need at this time. And then you're going to choose. And in your mind, you're going to keep the card 1, 2, or 3 that I'm about to show you. And then once I'm done the reading for the collective, I'm going to kind of hone in on those 3 stories, okay? So that you can interact with your guides, let them know where your story is so that your message is for you, okay? So before we begin, this is, throwing things around. This is going to be card number 1, okay? So keep this in your mind if you may be drawn to card number 1. It is a pile of cards, but these will be the leaders, okay? This would be choice number 2. And this would be choice number 3. Okay, so I want you to hold into your mind the thought of where the rest of your story may come from. Okay, and first I'm going to talk about the energy that's going to affect all of us before I pinpoint into your story a little bit. So the summer solstice, beginning May 1st until we reach the solstice, right around the energy of that is the June 20th to the 21st. We are focusing on fertility, pleasure, joy, and creativity. Everything related to the sacral chakra. So if you've been feeling very inspired lately and, trying to experience some joy regardless of the landscape that has changed in our society at this moment, you really want to kind of go within in that creative, sexual energy and really absorb that. Because as we move forward a little bit more past the solstice up until about August 1st into Leo season, where we then are going to be fire signs and acting, we're going to switch gears into the solar plexus, which will deal with abundance, culmination, outward focus energy. So really for right now, as we move into the solstice, you're going to, kind of harness all that creative energy and that joy and hold on to it so that we kind of lean towards the end of the summer and we're able to really put that outward focus and that manifesting of making it happen. So that's what the solstice is all about. And the energies that are coming into this solstice that we have new locations. Some of you may be moving, okay, or getting a new job. That might be a great time to do that if you've been considering that. We have the energy of mysticism in the crown chakra. So I'm sure many people here are already very in tune, but there is a collective shift happening. So if you've been noticing other things within your energy, just really roll with it, connect with your guides, and know that it is the time to be the high priest or priestess as we go into that. If you've been used to your gifts manifesting a certain way and things have changed, know that it's an honor and you are quickly shifting at this time because the world needs you. That being said, there are 2 things that we need to talk about. One of them is letting go of burdens, okay? Letting go of people and energies in your life that are not helpful, that feel that it's merely an obligation and there's no sense of joy or reciprocal relationship there. The other coming in is let go of the need to be perfect, okay? Done is better than perfect. You can always go back and make whatever changes that you need as your energy shifts or you get more information or ideas, okay? So sometimes we stay stuck in procrastination for our need to be perfect or possibly our fear of what other people would think. And they're also saying nothing's going to come of this situation. So if there's been something that deep in your soul is a little bit petty or silly and you've been kind of stuck on, the energy around that is let that go. That is so not important in regarding your inspiration, your creativity, and what you're going to be putting out into the universe come this summer solstice and this summer energy. We also have the serpent, the Kundalini energy coming in, okay? There's going to be a deep rising. Many of you have experienced this, and there's multiple times in your life when you're going to experience it again. And usually it's precipitated by plunging into a very dark time. So as negative as some of the things that have gone on recently have been, understand that in those dark moments, a lot of that shift happens. Your guides come in to be around you at this time, to support you, to give you the courage and the validation that you need. So if you are having that shift right now and it seems very bleak, know that when you come out of that, you're going to come out stronger and with more knowledge about what your mission is and what you might need to do. Okay, so that's for the collective. And I'm going to roll into, if you chose 1. Now, just a reminder, 1 was the butterfly. So if that was what you were feeling, okay, we're going to be talking about you right now. Okay, in combination with that other information that was for everyone. Okay, number 1's body movement. Okay, we're doing body movement. We're talking about getting in shape, feeling better. If that is yoga, if that is Zumba, if that is jogging, whatever it is to get your energy moving and your body moving is going to shake up that sacral and will help with that pleasure center and that creativity. Okay, so that's pointed at you. Also, again, walking away from negative situations and also forgiving yourself for maybe some of the situations that you were not faultless in the past. Okay, we're going to be walking away from that 7 of Swords. Okay, kind of like I'm taking my ball and I'm going home. I'm taking the lessons that I learned and I'm just walking away. We're done now. Okay, you don't need to carry those burdens as talked in with the collective. There's no time for that right now. The universe needs your service. The people around you need that. Stop beating yourself up. That is not helping anything. King of Swords coming in. He's a man of action. Man, woman, doesn't matter. It's the energy. Okay, and you're coming into the King of Swords and he's ready to take some decisive action. One of the things to remember at this time, though, is the King of Swords doesn't pull any punches. He works off of logic, and he also doesn't mince his words. So just a little reminder, you don't have to sugarcoat everything, but maybe when you're being blunt and stating what it is you need and what it is you don't need, maybe remember to be kind in that, number 1. And also it's time to release negativity. Again, another validation there that whatever's been going on that's holding you back, number 1s, it's time to let that go. Okay, it's not doing anything for you at this time. You know, if you lived a perfect life, then you wouldn't have any lessons to learn in a more profound way, right? You wouldn't know the empathy of being in somebody else's shoes if you had not both been the victim and the perpetrator at some point in your life, right? Or other lives, however you want to look at it. And we're getting in touch with your emotions. Okay, number 1 is you're dealing with water. Okay, the ebb and flow of emotions, really getting in touch. Really taking a look at maybe where you've been blocking yourself and using maybe too much logic, okay? So number 1 is you're gonna find that balance between decisive action and logic and your emotions and getting in touch with dropping what no longer serves you this season, okay? Number 2s, how am I doing on time, Greg? I'm so glad you're here as the timekeeper because I start talking really fast and I lose my track.
We're good, it's only 11:09, you're good, you got plenty of time.
Wonderful, okay. So number 2s, we're going into, you chose the cycles of the moon, okay? And for the number 2s, we have something really amazing happening. I feel like if you chose 2, you've been doing your work, okay? And you've been doing your work for quite some time. Hi, Na, I see you. The world sees you, right? You've been doing your work, and it's time to cash in on that and your blessings. Just a reminder here that you are going to have a sense of worthiness to be able to receive them and not go into that self-sabotage mode that we often do, okay? So we have, and I love this, I have chills in giving the number 2s their reading here, happily ever after, okay? So the fairies are bringing in that sense of just joy and bliss and relief, okay? That the things that you've worked through and the things that you've experienced have absolutely come full circle, and now it's time to be blessed, and now it is time to receive, okay? And know that you're good enough, and know that you to not receive them and not allow that in your life would actually be going against what you're meant here to do, okay? Believe in the impossible. Again, chills. I don't know what's going on for the 2s, but I mean, what a beautiful reading here. Believe in the impossible. You have some miracles happening in your life, okay? And one of the things to really remember there, it's not your job to figure out how, okay? It's your job to put out your intentions and come from your heart space. And yeah, maybe know a little bit. I mean, you're going to have to take that decisive action, but a lot of times along the path, you will find the people, the things, the tutorials, whatever it is that you need to make it happen will start to come your way as the synchronicities start to align. Okay. And you'll see a lot of that. You probably already have, because if you're in this energy, it's kind of, the breadcrumbs have been there for a little while, and now you're coming to the culmination, and that's a beautiful thing. Such great cards. All right. So whether you're religious, spiritual, does not matter here. I have the Emperor. Okay. The Emperor is all of the kings combined. Doesn't have to be a related sex. It could be queens as well. And that is having mastered everything and coming into the space where you can now be the leader. All right. This also comes up for me personally when I read tarot. The Emperor for me a lot of times is the God card, and it's really interesting because recently I was joking. I keep getting this message. I don't know what it means. So maybe it means something to one of you here, that God is an Aries. Now, the funny thing about that is they would say that that's not true, but I keep getting it over and over again. So that's for someone here. And then also we have the Sweat Lodge. Okay. Sweat Lodge coming in, again, kind of comparable to the Hermit card of going within during this time and really listening to your guides, figuring out what you want, maybe plunging into that darker space to come out with a mission that's very clear, or feelings about a particular relationship or situation that has become abundantly clear. When you are able to get rid of that inner conflict and be able to receive and know that you're worthy of that love, sometimes you realize that what it is that you needed was already within your grasp. Okay, it was really you were in your own way, pretty much. So the Sweat Lodge is showing you've gotten out of your own way. You're ready to pass through the gates and head into the sun. What a beautiful card. Okay, and this is a Leo card. So as we go into the Leo season, we have nothing but positive energy and happiness. So receive it with light and love. Remember to spread that joy. The world needs it right now, number twos. Okay, and then we're jumping into threes. Okay. Threes, you also have a lot going on here. We have, at the threes, we're looking at this card, which was the Mystical Shaman deck that we're complementing the tarot with. I'll show you all the decks when we're done. And what we have for you is a fiery climax approaches, okay? Which means you've been waiting on something for a while. Might be a little bit of frustrating, might have, maybe the tower moment was a little bit more difficult for you to handle. But whatever you've been waiting for a solution to, or a resolution to, or something to come through for you, or something to be revealed. In some situations, I do have something to be revealed, a mask coming off in a situation. For a few of you, it might have something to do with a work situation. I'm also getting a situation where, maybe there was somebody who really wasn't of the highest integrity, maybe always getting the attention, the applaud, whatever that is. And knowing deep down, especially as so many empaths are here today, that like, ooh, that's not really the direction that we want to go in. You're going to have, something is going to happen, and you don't need to help karma along. Karma knows exactly what it's doing. So, but I definitely see this happening in your favor. So while we would not wish ill on anybody, just know that karma works both ways. So if you've been doing your work, absolutely things are good. And if people haven't, that is up to them to now have to learn their lessons, right? You don't have to help that along. You don't have to do anything nasty to ruin your energy to let that happen, but something's going to happen. Okay. Someone's being revealed. Someone's paying the piper. Then we have a creative expression. Okay. This could be writing. This could be painting. This could be anything that gets that, again, sacral chakra moving. Okay. Whatever you use to create, whatever you use to express, this is very much highlighted right now. This is an extremely important time for you that I don't think you'll realize how important this time is right now until you look back in the hindsight 2020. For some of you, this is where there's a big breakthrough that has begun. When we look at the Tower card, and I'm always terrified by the Tower card because I don't like the unexpected. But the Tower card can also be read in a more positive light, which is what we have here, as a breakthrough. Okay, and it looks like this breakthrough has been a long time coming. So again, you don't have to do anything to help that along. Just use this creative energy at this time to really shine your talents and your light, okay? If you are not expressing yourself, you are depriving the world of the gifts that you came here with and your mission as well, okay? So there's no need to be modest, maybe, be humble, but get out there and show what it is you can do and be confident about that. Because as we shift gears from the beginning of the summer, where we're in that sacral energy, we're moving into the solar plexus energy when we get into Leo season. And that's when you have to have that confidence, whether you feel it or not, it will come. Begin and it will come. You know, fake it till you make it, honey. That's how it works, right? That's what every person at every job I ever started told me, and I just did it and it worked out fine. You also have the Hermit card, meaning kind of going within, okay? You've already done this. This is a past card. So you've gone within here and now you're ready to be a way shower. You're ready to have that light so you can lead others through your experience and the things that you have learned. A lot of times we learn a lot more from the people in our lives and their experiences as they tie into ours. And that is created specifically so that you're able to see both sides of a story. Again, in that victim perpetrator mentality, there's always that light to be shown, that there is merit in both sides. You know, that's the yin and yang. That's the shadow work. Threes, you might have been doing a lot of shadow work recently, which is leading to a beautiful new hope and beginning and renewal coming in here. So we have a new beginning here for the threes as this fiery climax ends. Something happens to change the things. You kind of go within at that time, and then you're able to come out and show the way and be a leader of sorts, okay? And that is a new beginning for a whole new cycle. This is a card of wish fulfillment. So either this is something that you've wanted and strived for, or it's something you didn't even recognize was in your wheelhouse. You know, you might have been on the right track, but it wasn't narrowed down to what your mission was, you know, and now it's going to be very clear for you. And the wind is becoming to getting a little less chaotic, okay? Things are going to become a little less chaotic around you because your energy is going to be shifting and changing. It's really important when the landscape of the world changes to have that center. And I think we've all recognized that in different times in our lives, but especially now. When you can't control what it is happening around you, all you can do is control how you respond to that. And one of the bravest things that you can do also is to know not only your strengths, but to know your weaknesses so that you can go in and you can kind of course correct if needed as you get new information, as you have the shifts in consciousness. So never let your pride get in the way of when maybe something needs to be changed or corrected, okay? If you're the one that the climax is talking about, maybe not in the best light. But again, the time, it really looks in here that the time has come for a culmination from a lot of people who've been doing their work. You know, we definitely have the serpent here and a Kundalini rising. As we get through this summer, things are going to be a lot different for you in such a positive way. Okay? So, let me check the time here. Oh, we're still doing okay on time? We still have a couple minutes? Okay, great. So if anybody has a question or anything like that, I'm going to look over. And also, I just wanted to let you know, if you do go to the website, inspiredchiradio.com, you can email me directly if you have additional questions about this reading that we didn't get to. Also, there's a link to the YouTube channel that I've been using recently because we do something like this, not live, but I do these videos for the new moon and the full moon every month. So you can kind of tune into your guides and get your interactive message specifically for you. So let me see here. I've been wanting to get back to the sweat lodge. So the very literal term of the sweat lodge, vanity. And I definitely think that you're going to be seeing so much of the work that you've done, because one of the readers I like to look at when she's looking at this card, she's looking at this, it almost looks like this tiny little doorway that you can only pass through, almost like it's like a threshold, like it's only opening, like the portal, like kind of like a portal. It's only opening for those who are pure of heart and have their mission. It's going to kind of close for the rest. And that'll be a lot to do with when people are leaving these burdens behind, okay, and not feeling guilty about it, because it no longer serves you. Every person, everything, every situation has its place and time, but you don't have to carry them all with you, right? Can you imagine if you carried like every shirt and pants you ever bought and didn't donate any or grow out of any or anything like that? It would be quite a mess, right? Same thing with your emotions and your baggage and all that comes with it. So thank you everyone for tuning in. It's so nice to see so many faces. And of course, Greg, thanks so much for like in the record time creating this online platform so we can gather